Do. Can you hear me? We're here again. How's it going, everyone? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? I wanna know if you're right and all. Yeah. About the ZA leaked. Don't try to spoil. Don't try to spoil it. Don't show it there. Okay? No spoilers. No. But still, as a just as a warning, just don't. Please don't do that. If you be careful, careful. Okay. Okay. So, we're going to do the usual. First of all, sorry for being a tad late. I had to do some stuff in the background, IRL, but also I forgot to put on the reference search for my mood board for today's prompt. I was saying it myself, I can forget this year. No! You don't have to afford the A to be careful about spoilers. Just be careful out there. What was I supposed to do initially? Oh yeah. Faketober. I wanted to show the reference once again. I'm going to make the usual recap. Okay, here's the recap. Oh man, Sesame, hi, how's it going? It's the prompt. Right about time. I was about to tackle that. So today, as usual, we just finished yesterday the demon, and today is going to be the counterpart. So that's very wide. And basically those two themes, the one for today's and tomorrow, will be linked. So they have to be related in some way. Which is why I have to rely on the other prompts on Stern's list to see where we are going. And since yesterday we did lycanthrope, today is going to be poltergeist. Thing is, tomorrow is going to be scarecrow. So the logic will be, as the counterpart, that scarecrow should be pitted against a crow. That's my logic. So it's going to be a ghost crow like a creature, because tomorrow we're going to give an evolution to our little fella over here. We're going to give a little evolution to our friend Burr Flap, you know, a little boy. Hold on. Oh, where is he? There we go. Tomorrow this guy will get an evolution. It will remain Dark Fairy. And now this is going to be and today we're going to give it maybe a Crowlackmon, something akin to that. Maybe the crow basically is a bigger one, and over time the Burflap gets to stack on each other like a Metang. At least the pre-evo Metagross. And if they stack each other, they're going to evolve into what we're going to do tomorrow. So that's where we're going to try out. We'll look at Orange Crow kinda, which he has to be a ghost. He has to be ghost-like. Because of Stone's prompt, he has to be a poltergeist. I can't tell that much. And plus, I almost forgot to make the prompt, the mood board for today. I almost forgot. So that's the thing we're going to really improvise. I haven't thought about the idea that much. We're going to make some kind of ghost crow kind of deal. Maybe some kind of hold on, I may have an idea coming right up. Hold on, let me get this straight. 40k. Comment il s'appelle ce con? Non, pas Corvus. Si. Corvus Corax. Voilà. Ouais, c'est ça. Yeah, that's him. It's him. Where is it? No, that's for another one. Ça c'est autre chose. Yeah, where you got into something? Where it's at? Chorus Corax. Demon form. Voila. I'm going to try something like this. Something very close to this. Okay, this is a project. Okay, I'm gonna have to look up these photos out there. No, that's just huge burb. Okay, don't worry, I'm just looking at one more reference for the sake of it. It's a kind of flock of crows kind of deal. It's at God, is there a good image of that? That same image, please. There. I'm going to use that one. Just don't worry, don't worry. We're making progress through this. We're making progress. There we go. I think we'll be good from now on from the mood board. Let me show you what I've been cooking when it comes to mood board. There. Hein? D'accord. Okay, for some reason, Clip Studio Paint decided to scram. So we're going to save as... Okay. Technically we haven't done anything yet, so doesn't change that much. Mood board, the abyss. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I wasn't even doing anything, it was just... I'm going... Okay, what was that? Okay, okay, it's doing it again, so I wonder if one of the images on... You know, that's weird. That's very weird. Hold on, let me... I know how to cheat very quickly. I know how to cheat. There we go. Just this is my mood board, the one with the crows and everything. Normally I can just copy paste it into here, but for some reason one of the images I took didn't work. So I have no idea. So okay. There. It was just for the sake of it. So yeah. Now we're going back into the to the thick of it. The actual thing. Let's hope I won't get bamboozled. Normally this should be great. Okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering. Probably one of the pick I took was didn't work or something. That's new. But fair. Fair. Oh god, this already looks edgy. Mon dieu, I can feel the edginess in that thing. That thing is crawling in his skin. The greatest member already. Okay. Ah. We'll see how that goes. Like, God, that one looks so edgy. Just, I don't think you can go non-edgy with a spooky crow. That's fair. That's fair. You're... Yeah, that's very fair. Let's be real. I mean, there could be wise crows, something like fairy vibe. It doesn't have to be edgy per se. Hello, hello, Tarrant, how's it going? We're making a prompt out of a poltergeist and counterpart. When Sis tomorrow is going to be a scarecrow, at least on Stern's prompt, I'm gonna have to make a crow-like guy. Or veg. We'll see how the name goes. There. Wait, I got an idea. Hold on. There. The idea is a bit weird, but yeah. But in the end, hold on, let me just... Like this. The idea would be that from far away, with the shadows and all, this will think it will be a huge ghost trying to nap you, snatch you, like this, in the very dark on the sun. And from the looks of it, it will be like if it was a ghost, an actual ghost trying to scare you. Oh, scary crow. Funny thing, because tomorrow is going to be scarecrow. And like I said earlier, Lava Tyrant, I'm going to repeat it since you weren't there. I have this idea that tomorrow, since tomorrow is going to be Bird Flap Evil, I have this idea that in order to scare this guy away, and the one we're currently making, they're going to stack each other in order to be scarier. So it's either going to be an evil, or it could be something like wishy-washy. Just imagine a bunch of scary bunch of bird flapper trying to stack each other. It makes an actual scarecrow. Tower do miss. And this guy will be a ghost flying thing. And the idea would be that up with the shadows and all, because it plays with shadows trying to Trying to be scary. It looks like an actual. Like this, and you will try to be scary. Like something along those lines, like this. And with this belly, it's gonna have this impression. It's going to make a bunch of light and all. A JJK Shinkigami. Let's see how that goes. I may have. Hold on, I may have an idea. Don't worry. I'm just going back to. What was it? Art Station. Need some reference over here. Those very I need those very stylized skulls. You know the ones. No, not those ones. Yeah. I got it. Hey. I've got it. I've got this. We're gonna try something very special. Hold on, let me cook. I don't know, but a few years after getting this other Pattinson to play Crazy Dave. Oh, what? Oh, that's gonna be something. A group of crows is called a murder. Oh yeah. It's related, yes, it makes me feel a Mothman. Oh yeah, that's that could be a reminder, but that's why I'm not trying to exactly reproduce. It's a bit weird. Hold on. Uh, what I'm trying to pull out is by playing the shape of the bird, so that when it actually swoops on you, eyes wide open, you think it's actually a flying skull coming at you. An actual coming, an actual screaming skulls. You think it's just a flying skull, but in reality, it's just a burb, just a ghost burb. He's got whether laughter or death imagery. That's why it looks like a bit of a crow. That's what I try to pull out with the. Something like this. Because the true eyes are not the big good old eyes over here. It's this little tiny spot over here. It's a bit weird. Not gonna lie. Give it that skull vibe. With the feathers and all. As this up, it's trying to mimic a whole flying skull. Flo flying around like golden Freddy jumpscare. Oui. Metal as fuck flying squirrel with crow mask. It's not even a squirrel. It's a crow with an actual human skull. That's different. That's very different. Like this. I'm gonna have to maybe shape the feathers a bit like an actual crow, maybe. Maybe like a Dynamax Coronite, a bit like this. This. I'm going to save before anything goes wrong. Give it some impression. There's a bunch of Corvinites in there, a fakey, because it's quite an imposing mon. Lisa is the poltergeist. Just notice, your mother isn't here. Oh, merde! Oh, shit! Oh, merde! Oh, merde! Mon PNJ Tuber! Oups! Merde, mon PNJ Tuber! Non, si! Merde, mon PNJ Tuber! Oh, fada! Oh, thank God! Merde! Thank you for the reminder, I almost forgot. I was much in a hurry that I forgot about the basics on my own channel, and that's weird. Merde, what am I doing? There's something like this. There. Here's my main idea. I don't know if it looks much like an actual poltergeist, but the whole idea of this guy is how he uses shadows as to hide, and when he swoops on you, you have this impression it's an actual mask, actual skull coming at you. You think this is an actual mask? Like this. Like this. Voilà. There. You have this impression it's a skull. There, like this. It would be funny stream il aurait passé un PNJ slowly until the stream just not there. Oh, I wish I could. I don't know if I can pull. I can put filters on those. Hold on. Mise à l'échelle, rogné encadré, délai de rendu, défilement, accentué. No. Doesn't look like something I can pull out. Hold on. Unless. Oh, wait. Okay. Properties. Doesn't look like you can pull that out yet. I mean, the only thing the closest thing I could pull maybe would probably directly onto PNG Tuber and not on OBS. That's something I should try. That's an actual animation. If I have to do this, of course. I don't know if I can pull this out yet. Good night, for tonight. Might look here. There's a very good wake up early. Ciao, good night. Good night, Tarrant. Okay, same to you. Go play. Have fun, everyone with leaves, though. Okay, I think we're going to try a mix. I think we're gonna try a mix of both. Of the second one sketch because it looks much better with the skull kind of vibe, along with. Hold on, let me just. Oh, go. Tack. Hold on, I think we're gonna try the second one. Just pause because the skull is more exaggerated over here, so I can still play. I can play with the overall shape and mix it with the third one. The first one, unfortunately, as fun as it is, doesn't have the poltergeist vibe. So what I'm gonna try to do and Let's try to shape the skull like this. There, over here. There. There. I don't know if you can see where I'm going with the actual shape. There. It looks like some kind of bee scroll from here, but trust me, I've got this. Trust me. Looks more like some kind of parrot though from this angle. There. I admit, this is a bit of a weird concept from the looks of it. But what if, hold on, let me try something. Let me cook. Let me cook. What if, aha! There we go. There we go. We finally got something, boys. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, look at this. We got something. Haha. There we go. Going to give maybe the wings a bit more fluff. There. Now, right now, it's just basically the main sketch, so don't worry if it looks weird at first. There we go. Maybe I should. There. There. Look at this boy over here. Looks a bit weird. Not gonna lie. But in return, We got the main basic of this guy. Imagine a crow that's swooping down on you, and when he swoops down on you, you have this impression you're going to get pecked by a black flying skull. And that's what the bird wrap are afraid of. Probably goes flying. I mean, flying fire could be good too. Flying fire could be a good typing, but we already did a fire yesterday, so it's going to be ghost. It has to be ghost something else. Ghost flying because it's bird, but still. I'm actually stumped on what to do on that one. On the typing. I'm actually stumped on the typing on this guy. Because to make sure, it definitely has to be ghost because the poltergeist prompt. But ghost normal, ghost flying sounds the most appropriate for this guy. Since it boils down to being a ghost crow, swooping down on those using the power of shadows, and with a bit of the sun, as in he's always swooping down from where the sun will shine. Ghost normal? I mean, ghost normal could be something. Or maybe it could be not ghost. I mean, it looks like it has to be ghost because of the poltergeist theme. The prompt. That's the only reason I'm being stumped. Because ghost flying would make the most sense. It's a crow after all, so it would not make sense to an extent to many. But at the same time, it could be a bit of a trick. It could be tricky. It could be a bit of a bait. Something like flying. Maybe mono flying. Oh yeah, it could be just flying type. Nope. Not ghost, just flying type because it's just a crow. Just a crow who happens to have a skull on its belly as feathers. And when he swoops down on bird flaps, it looks like a flying skull. One of those flaming skulls. Oh, finding it is a heart. Looks cool. Yeah, the actual eyes are already here. They're not here. They're not in the fake eye sockets like deal. That's the reason That's the reason I'm hesitating on whether it looks like it will be actually ghost type or it's just monofly. Because monoflying could be a good trick. Remember Corby Knight. Corby Knight is called flying steel. Of all things. It's not even ghost or dark flying. It's actually flying steel. And that's very good. So I wanna try something similar. Plus we already have technically a dark flying crow in the name on the Hunch Crow line. Pure saying sounds nice to me. Oh yeah, speaking of Hunch Crow, after my Bionicles video, I'm going to make a fun video about just giving whack Mega Evolution, because I haven't tried a proper Mega Evolution video yet, unless one of the prompts allows me to. And one of my mega ideas of this video will be to try out to make them stupid, a bit goofy, because Mega Victory Bill, remember, look at Mega Victory Bill. When you thought about Mega Victory getting a Megas, you didn't think it would look like what we've gotten. That's literally it looks dumb. Let's be real. So I'm gonna try to make Megas that look stupid. And Hunch Crow, God, I have this idea of making look like maybe some kind of fat kingpin, but it looks very stupid, almost like one of those Milady Fedora Reddit mods. Tipping the ad though, and you will know The worst, it's how it actually works. Does anyone have is aware or known about Pokemon Battle Revolution? That one 4th gen video game on the Wii? The actual Wii, not Wii U, the actual Wii. And when Crow dies, the dumbass just tips his actual hat like an actual Redditor fan before dying. Before getting back into the Pokeball. I am not kidding. It's literally what he does. He just dies, flaps on the floor, and right before it gets taken back into the Pokeball, he just leans up a bit, and just tips its hat. Like, I'm not kidding. And that's the only reason I wanna give it that whole fat kingpin Reddit moderator vibe. He just grown so fat he can fly. It could be dark still, as because of this. Just fat. He's just fat. Fat crow. That's the whole reason I like the whole that's the whole reason I wanna try give it a fun idea. Bring more games for Faketober project, and I have to learn the balance of simple code, a fun idea. They're not goofy megas. Oh yeah, and the main idea is that the reason I wanna try on goofy megas is because when people tend to draw megas, they're trying to give it something cool. Like actually cool. They try to make it cool as to give it a reason. Mega Victory Bill looks stupid. Hands down. So I'm gonna try to give it some Mega Evils with that same vibe. The main oh wait, that doesn't look right. And yes, that looks incredibly stupid. Stupid. And one of my idea along with the Crow is giving a whack one on Cinderace of all months. And you think that this month we have something badass, something akin to an actual footballer now, maybe something with a ball, even something Wukong-esque. No, but no. I've got a very specific idea about that. Very specific idea. An idea only people who were there back in 2006 knows. Around the... That's how whack I'm planning this month to be. That's how whack I'm planning the Cinderace to be. All I have to say about this month, this Megas, is how it's based on the finals of the Football World Cup 2006. I'm very specific. Can't wait to see your design. Yeah. Thanks. But first I gotta do my Bionicle. And speaking of which, I'm almost there. I've done the most tiring of them all. I made the Pokédex entries on DaVinci Resolve. I finally made those. Because up until now, I did all my videos on After Effects and Premiere Pro. And for once, I wanted to try out something new. Try out on DaVinci Resolve. See what I can do with this new software. Maybe over time, switch to more open source software long down the line, so that I won't have to scour countless websites to get those versions. Just because at this point, open source software are getting real good lately, and that's actually a good competitor. We need those We need those nowadays. And that's good. Wisp. Wisp, wisps. Et on va le nommer comme ça. Wisp, wisp. Wisp, wisps. Hop là. Hop, no more need for that. Yeah, don't worry about that cube. It's more so that it can fit into Instagram's format. Otherwise, I wouldn't care for that at all. Going to up. Also, Omen, did you? Are you going with your Pokemon Faketober prompt run? I don't know if you're doing it or... I should ask you first. Are you doing the Faketober prompt? If you're doing some kind of Fake October art challenge at all? Because I've been assuming from yesterday when you show up that you've been currently doing the same as me. At least fake. At least the one pulled out by Cursed Eye. So I was wondering. I was wondering if that was okay for you or not. I was wondering if that was the case. Sorry, Oppo for a sec. Do you ask? Yeah, I was asking if you were doing some kind of Faketober prompt, some kind of art challenge for a month about like a cursed eyes, Faketober prompts and all, or anything. Just asking out of curiosity. My bad. My bad. No. Don't know, I have to 15. Oh ho. Sadly, not doing a challenge pro this month. Other project anyway. Fair enough. That is absolutely normal. Yeah, see. Yeah, this is what I've been trying to pull out. At least trying to. Up. I'm going to... No, let me try something else. See if I can... I'm gonna try to... Oops, yeah. There. I'm going to give it more lighter color, like this. I'm trying to play a bit with the... with the hues like this, hoping I can make something very unique, so that when you can see the hues, you can think, oh wait, is that a skull, flying skull? And over time, once you see those, you'll be, wait, oh shit, wait, Wait, the actual one isn't the skull. It's a bird trying to mimic a skull. It's a bird trying to mimic a skull. Of all things. People wondering, what the hell is this? Something like that. What size can you use? Right now, all my canvas, as I use them, hold on, let me get résolution d'image. They usually go by 4,500 on length. Per 20, 200, 2,250 on 300 dpi. But do note, this is only for the quality on the image. But once I'll be done, I tend to resize the actual image in there onto the actual size, which is usually around that cube. Usually this cube is usually a rough idea what they're supposed to be. The actual size when I will export it. I tend to give those big files so that I can have some space to draw around, and then I can focus on the center where I do the actual official art, so to speak. So we're going to motifs. We're going to try. Right now we're going to like this. I'm gonna try to give it a bit of a spooky feel as the colors tends to be in their opposition. Normally I should maybe invert the idea, but because a crow art tends to be dark colors, I need to invert that for the sake of it. For the sake of recognizing, oh yeah, that's a crow. Something like this. Oh, yo, that's such a cool color scheme. Then again, blue like this tends to be the de facto ghost color. So you could think this guy is going to be dark. A bit tends to be ghost. But the idea of making it pure flying type as a way to mimic ghost type like would be such a dope idea. In the sense that it's not even an actual ghost or crow. Yes, it is some kind of crow. Crows tend to be dark, they tend to be black. But what if that crow was a bit lighter, a bit akin to coordinate, and at the same time you can give it some blue feel like this. And we're going to, and I think since I isolated the wisp color, I can just hopla and hopla. It's not even properly hopla. It's not black. It's a bit bluish. We can tint it to green if you want to. That's such a cool color scheme. Thanks. Plus, I'm very tempted on the afterward scheme. Could do the shiny maps be white? Oh yeah, we could definitely be something like that, and the fire will be either red, green, or even purple. We can even yellow, just to give it a fire. We're gonna see how that goes. On va faire E. I'm going to create a layer for both. C. Base. Drop the base. There. One thing we like about the ghost type is that we don't have to worry about much on the actual colors on the texture file. Hop là. Hop, we're going to overlay back into the ghost. Back into the ghost type over here, and we only need to take maybe a wispy. Est-ce que j'ai un bon wispy? Est-ce que j'ai un bon wispy? Magic, hard edge. Il y a une chier de broche qui s'appelle simple brush. Oh putain. Allez, splodge. Allez, splodge. Ça. Just like this. Hop là. Just. Regarde. Hop là. I'm going to try to make it blindfolded. Like right now, that looks a bit weird. But that's because I'm currently trying. My eyes are closed. I'm currently trying to go it a bit wildly, a bit more improvise on that. Give it a in control feeling kind of deal. This up. Just like this, a little. And it's just over here. It is just on the ghost side. That's the whole part. And now, if you're wondering where I got these brushes, I got those from ArtStation. There's this one artist who gave out his whole set of brushes, which has textures from for texture like brushes, for feathers, for scales, basic brushes from backgrounds such as rocks, foliage, cloud. This got a bunch of smudge, and I've been using those things like a few years now. They're so good. You can just copy paste those. They'll be great. They're just perfect to do anything when it comes to coloring your main idea, and with this, and when you mix it with a bunch of brushes, that's the reason my texture aren't always the same across. It's to simulate what they're supposed to be mimic wise. Oh. We don't see much right now, and I have to maybe give it more feathers. There, over here. Puff. Just be more. Merde, what am I doing? Just be more reckless with what I'm doing. Just. And with the colors, poof. Poof, you can see some colors, a bit of colors over here. And it's not entirely weird. It's a bit weird, but it's a good kind of weird, if you catch my drift. O1 L1 incrustation, produit et there. And now we're going to do one of the most relaxing parts. Shading. Allez. If I happen to draw a fan art of a new fake mouse, can I? Second, what's the best I can notify you? Can you? Yes, you can do a fake fan art on my fake mons. Sure, there are many ways you can do that. First of all, there should be a link to my Discord in the description of this live or any of my videos. You can just safely hop in there, and poof, you can post. There's essentially a section around my Discord, probably. Hold on, let me get this right because I've done a bit of a cleaning in my Discord. You can put. There's a section around my server, called Fakemon art. If you want general art on my main mons, but if they're related to my now hiatus region of Occita based on southern France, there's Occita fan art for that. So yep, you can go for there. There's also original art, other fan art. There's a whole idea. Fakemon art is just for Fakemon art general. Occita fan art is for the fan art of my region. Other fan art is just fan art in general. And original art is just entirely done image. You can also have musical bangers, YouTube videos, and self promotion. So there. That's on my Discord. Or you can also, if you wanna try something on Instagram, if you get an Instagram account, you can also notify me here. Something like some kind of. There are plenty of ways to do that. Oh, single gen server. Yeah, you don't have to if you got too many servers. Like I said, join in. Right now it's a bit silent because there's not much going on aside from me posting my links to my post and prompts. So we're good. The only thing exciting you could see is that after I'm done with the Fakemon event, I'm going to do let's say some kind of tier list of my prompts. See which one are going to tier. If you wanna comment, of course, you're not forced to. It's just a fun exercise I'm planning to do because I got this idea. I said that one day, and people like Ursai who was there said, you know what, go for it. And I shall grant this. I shall grant you the wish of saying my. There we go. There we go. Normally you should get. Yes. Yep. Normally should be good. And thank you for coming in, because I noticed you just came into the server now. That's good. So yeah, you can put that out there once you got time, of course. Don't force yourself out. Crap. Bit tired. That's what I get for coming for trying out this late. Forgetting to do my chores of YouTube Fakemon content. But don't worry, tomorrow is going to be something much funnier. I haven't done a school form, so it's going to be fun to try something akin to a spooky wishy-washy equivalent. We're going to see how that goes. Bordel. Oops. But thank you for coming in too. Also, tell me, is this annoying? But I rate check. No, 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 no. You're fine. That rate check is a good, good check. That's a good check, by the way. Okay. Don't worry. It's a good hydrate check for everyone involved. Sometimes I don't have to speak much, and sometimes we keep yapping like none other. Ah, fada. Fada. You know what? I'm going to give some shadows to this. Normally I don't usually put shadows on those because they usually don't need to, and plus the colors make are actually good, but in return I was like, you know what? Ah, puis merde. There we go. Hop là. Pou 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 pou. Give it. Merde. Okay, of course, if I can put. There we go. That's what I was trying. I was wondering why I couldn't pull that out. Okay, I think we're good so far. Shadows look a bit weird, to be honest, but it's probably because of the overall shape of the moon design. The whole I need to scare people. Hold on. I knew I've seen a hole in there. Okay, looks good. Oh, for the bit tired, but we're good. Not that. Maybe I'm gonna give it some darker feathers around here. Yeah, because if you don't know, it's almost 10 p.m. on my part. I don't know where you're at in the grand scheme that is the time zone. You don't have to tell me what you where I actually live. No, far from it. That's called doxing. No. Just a rough idea of where you're at on the time zone. Like, if you live in US, just the country should be enough. Just the country should be enough. No need to spoil yourself and all. Then again, you're not forced to also. I mean, saying that. Been saying that, but you're not obliged on anything. Remember. This is just for the sake of it. Cut to me time. Fine. From Finland. Oh. Cut to me typing my exact. Nah, fine. Oh, Finnish. Neat. That's not every day we get to see people from around here. At least on my side. At least in where I usually hang out with. So that's nice. Niche. You should be around the same timeline. Maybe 1 or 2 hours, maybe difference in a hour difference, maybe. But should be also evening on your side. Even heck, it could be even a bit almost 11 a.m. on your side when I think about it. Because I know it's very high, but I don't know if when it comes to time zone wise, you're in the same as France. To give you an idea, France is on the same time zone as Germany. So if you're on the same time zone as Germany, you should be on the same as me. At least to my knowledge, of course, unless something had changed and I'm being a doomed too stupid. Oh, 1 hour ahead of me. Oh yeah, that's what I. Oh, okay, okay, I got it right at some point. You are closer to 11 p.m. than me. Hope you're not sleepy where you're at. Hope you're not sleepy, yeah? Hey. Stream is a good watch before sleep, so no worries. Oh yeah. Yeah, my streams tends to be chill because of that, because we're essentially in the same period, in a sense that it's evening, we're not looking to look for rays or very loud streams. We're looking for some streams just like this. Those kinds of streams. Kind of streams to help you mood. You want very tempted to go to sleep. Those very sleepy stream. That's the kind of stream we tend to look at after just some kind of stream. Plus, I usually pick up relaxing videos like this for the sake of sleeping too, or at least getting chill. Grab it. Especially on drawing, you don't have to worry about picking music. You can pick a radio from Game Shop, poof, c'est tout. You just sleepy. You're ready to go to sleep. Nothing too much. We're not being loud and all. Quelle heure il est? Oh, ok, ça va, super. Oh yeah, I'm stupid, I get it. Because the pig is the same colors as the shadows. Cause bien sûr, celui qui est le besoin de deux. C'est pas grave. C'est pas grave, au moins on est tranquille sur la suite. Je veux dire, au moins on est tranquille. Love everything said. I am still trying to find my way current Pokemon arts. I feel like I retreat and each to make me wanna read everyone's old art. Yeah, that's that's something I once had. Now I'm very tempted to redo at some point. Because I've only been using those brushes, at least the rendering brush, which I took from Cursed Eyes Coffee website. I took them from there. They're free, by the way. You can try them out for yourself. As long as you have either Procreate on Clip Studio Paint, and I got Clip Studio Paint with me. And those brushes are so smoothly. I love how you can render. The rendering on those brushes is mwah, chef's kiss. Sure, I deviate a bit for the usual official Sugimori art, but I find it much better when it comes to actually render. It feels a bit more raw, but it has that bit of a watercolor inner, a little bit of watercolor style. So you can easily, if you want to try out the very old Sugimori art, you can just use those and be done with it. I haven't tried doing it in the old art style too. That's something I should try out at some point. Maybe a video from that where I redraw some of my months, whether they're from from Occita or not, or maybe just official months though. That'll be. See, maybe redraw my starters from Occita in that style. That brush looks clean. Il est ce qu'on appelle propre en France. En français, c'est vraiment c'est propre. Clean. Clean, clean, clean. But yeah, coming back to the finding your art style, you're going to find out on your way soon the longer you draw. I've got mine at this point. Mine is actually more pronounced. Even when I'm trying to draw in someone else's art style, you can still find nitpicks of my true art style throughout. For example. Even when I'm using some reference, I've got in my pure ref earlier I showed you that I've got a Dynamax Gory Knight as a reference, but I haven't used that much of it, just for the idea of a crow, so that I don't forget making a crow. Because it looks like a crow now, but at the same time it doesn't look that much like an actual poltergeist. The only reason it looks like poltergeist is because of the skull shape this bird is trying to mimic when it swoops down on you. When it swoops down with the shadows of the sun shining on its back, you have this impression you're going to get backed by an actual flying skull, but in reality just a bird. A pure flying type bird who uses the sun's shadows, the sun's light on each other, on its back. So when you see it swoop on you and it's going to use bioluminescence around its back and maybe the ethereal wings, you're going to have this impression it's going to be a skull. You'll get banged. You're going to get pecked by a flying skull, one of those flaming skulls in D&D. And that's fun. That's the reality of it. This thing is only pure flying type. Pure flying type sounds like we haven't found a good name. Probably maybe something like scroll. Like the way you found it, you could pronounce it like scroll, but it's actually scroll, like skulls and crow. Scrotoguys or something along those lines. And it's going to be a pure flying type and not ghost. That's kind of fun. If you manage to turn those otherwise, you manage to use non-spoopy type typing onto otherwise spooky Halloween prompts. That's an actual bonus. Because yeah. This bird, that's why I'm trying to think of a non-spooky. If I can try to use another type other than ghost, dark, or fairy, that'll be great. It works like a wonder. Not too long ago, I don't know if you're on Instagram, but if you've seen in there, I'm Bacteria was supposed to be based on the tiny shit ghost, but because the other prompt was tiny, I managed to base it out on the bacteria, and I used it to look like a dog as some kind of a repeller of the necrophage, which was my day 3 prompt. And this guy, Bacteria, is actually grass water because it's based on the jellyfishes. They got this translucent ghost-like feature. That's very nice of it. There. I think we're done with this, with the basic color of this guy. We got the main colors and all. It gives it some sort of feel. It looks clean. Spoopy, scary crow guy. And in fact, just pure flying. Just pure flying. What has been your favorite prompt so far? Thus far, hold on. I haven't done the shiny yet. I'm going to go back to my prompt. I think one of my main favorites was the one I've done on day 8, which is Harp Ringer, or this guy. Looks so dope. It was meant to be the evolution on the first prompt, Cube-Terfuge, because it's meant to be based on Jack-O-Lantern. And it has, I think, the other prompt was Melody. And I gave it this singing Headless Horseman vibe with the pumpkin stretched out in a way that it could be used as a harp. Very dope. Can I say it was my favorite of yours too? Oh yeah. Bird Flap, the one I've done, was going to get its wishy-washy school from tomorrow. Is going to it's also one of my favorites too. Looks so dope. Just fun. Little guy. But you also have things like this. The combination of Blust. On that day, it was Black Cat on Stunts prompt, and which was Virus on Cursed Eye Faketober prompt. So I used it on the necrophage, the bacteriophage virus, and I give it some kind of cat head. Just look at this thing. This radiates evil. Evil. Okay, we're going to make the shiny of this guy, our little crow, because I haven't done that yet. But then this could change. The favorites could change. Maybe the way I do my washi-washi could be my favorites. Knowing that this guy is going to be the counterpart of tomorrow's, the guy I'm going to do has to be the counterpart of this guy. So it could probably be, since the other guy is Dark Fairy, this could be something. Maybe Poison Dark or something like that. We'll see how that goes. Maybe the poison, the candy gives it are now poison and just... We'll see how that goes. Wanna see if I change the other typing or not. But I don't have... You gotta binge watch the original video to catch up. Yeah, you can watch them all. Even though, as a quick warning, Oxita is on a big hiatus because I'm playing. Upon looking more, I decided that I looked up when I planned for Oxita. I figured, oh crap, what I've been playing is actually very far-fetched for Pokemon. So, saying that in advance, once I'll be doing a next video, Oxita video, is going to be a reboot, and it's going to be a proper monster catching game on its own. That's more detached for Pokemon. So you can still watch it, as you gives some ideas, even though normally they're French, but they have subtitles on them. The first video I've then directly implemented onto the videos, but later on you're gonna have to activate the YouTube subtitles. And don't worry, I made an announcement saying, oh yeah, those are made by myself. I do not trust that automated AI BS. No. That's not not my cup of tea. I speak both French and English. I do not see the point of using AI when you can just translate your subtitles yourself. Sure, it takes a lot more time, but at least it will be accurate. It will be purely accurate. It would definitely be accurate. Much more accurate than you think. There is the shiny with gold tint, gold fire tint. Watch me learn French from videos. Oh yeah, you can. yeah, you definitely can. But don't worry, feel free to use the subtitles if you lost. One thing you should know is that most of my videos from then on, the one I'll be posting from now, will be English dubbed. So you won't have to worry. But I will still be speaking French on some sentence here and there. Maybe mostly as jokes or some kind of punchline in there. The next video, the one about Bionicles, I have a segment that's going to be a French, even though there'll be other YouTubers other Fakemon YouTubers in there. Just a quick trivia quiz where they're just saying prompts. Just just imagine trying to find out. The video is about Bionicles. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I should show you what I've done with the Bionicles. Because you weren't there when that happened. So now we're going to... Just before I get to shoes... Okay, up. Okay, that's what I've been trying. I'm gonna try to put it in the right order. At least. Allez up. Voila. This is going to be the little guy. Think it as a bit of a sneak peek of the months that is going to come out. They're all done. I'm currently writing to make the videos. So this is... I'm gonna have to make my Bionicle month of something like an all-line based, a bit a steel-like evolution typed. So going to have fun in there. So you got the main Evo, main pre-Evo, which is going to be mono steel. Then we're going to get the fire type one, which is going to be fire, steel fire, but it goes by my shoulder. I attach it immediately. Well, now it's your lucky chance. Nobody has done a video about Bionicles about Fakemon. And unless I'm proven wrong, I'm going to be the one pioneering that. So we'll see how that goes. So we got the fire one. We got this one, which is not my favorite, but I still like the idea of where I'm going. If I were to redo someday one of the Bionicles, it will definitely be him first. Mainly because of those eyes I can't undo because of those weird X-ray eyes. This one looks super dope. I don't have to change much. I was trying this one's going to be one of the hardest because of the Jason Voorhees mask, but turns out it went better than I expected. This one looks good. That's why I'm trying to get a bit more out of my comfort zone when it comes to make it less humanoid form. And I'm so pumped, I'm so glad I found out about using Crab's meaty claws as limbs. Gives it a bit of... gives it a liberty and tweak them to look like their weapon. That's too cool. I got this one. Thank God this guy is about speed. Otherwise I would have struggled with this damn feat. Because these guys' weapons are just a bunch of shoes. That's weird. The others have normal weapons, but this one is like shoes. What the hell is that? Very my favorite Faketober, the white one with the golden mask. Oh, Takanuva. Oh, that's Takanuva. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's Takanuva. And this one is going one of my first I like the most when it comes to liberties because his mask is much more humanoid, but because he's meant to be all about hair, he's got the semi-big mask, so I figured, like, make it a full burb. But yeah, speaking of which, this one, the baby one, I partially based this mask on Takanuva, yeah, the one you're mentioning. And if you were to have an evolution that will be make it let him become Takanuva is going to stay as Monosteel though. Maybe because there's no true type that could maybe still fighting, because I don't see it as. I know it's meant to be. Oh, sorry for the yawning. Takanuva is meant to be the tall flight. I don't think Fairy, as much as I liked it, fits that quota, so fighting will fit better with its lore. But yeah. Okay, so now that we're done with this mess, we're going to do the usual end stream recap, as usual. The end stream recap has to give you an idea of what we're gonna have to up against, even if you got if you got an idea what's I'm planning. So now that we're done with this month, we essentially are there where bordel de merde. What am I using sac laser? Voilà. We're essentially done around here, and tomorrow is going to be the scarecrow, and yes, our little boy flaps washing form, usual school form, so it's going to be fun to try that out. And since tomorrow is going to be the other counterpart like this, I won't have to worry about much, because counterpart means it has to be related in some capacity to the other. So since the other one is a crow, the other one tomorrow is going to be a scarecrow. That makes super sense. It's going to mash out each other. Thanks for the stream. What shield was? Thanks. Yeah, same goes to you. Same goes to anyone who stay here, because I gotta think about the others who should come here around the VODs, the original version, because all those who couldn't make it will still watch it in the meantime. So thank you for coming here. I'll show you one last time our boy over here. This is our guy, which is probably call it a scrotter guy, so something along those lines. It's going to be a fun boy to try out. So we'll see how that goes. I'll see you tomorrow, everyone. I'll see you, everyone, for the wishy-washy. So, see you next time. À toutes. Dormez bien. Have fun. Moi.